Fairborn, Ohio. A human and industrial waste product is being spread on the fields, in some cases right up to the property line of homes with children, dogs, and livestock. It comes from this place, a biodigester which consumes a mixture of processed municipal human waste, industrial waste from chemical and food companies, with a little bit of farm waste thrown in. The end product produced by the digester is called a Class B biosolid. Proponents say it's safe and just great, but opposing studies and common sense says otherwise. But the controversy doesn't stop there. This particular facility, located on Herr Road in Bath Township, just outside of Fairborn, Ohio, is highly contested. It's more than the obvious controversy of trucking in human and industrial waste, cooking it, and then stinking up the fields around hundreds of homes. The question is, when that biodigester went in, did the township have any
Benjamin, we're going to spend 3 more minutes on this, and that's...
Well, I only need about 60 seconds, if
Go
you
ahead.
don't mind, since I've never asked a question here before, so thank you.
Anyway, Benjamin, thank you for coming. Your argument's not with us, okay? Your argument's not with us.
We tried to go to the Bath Township trustees, but the topic, as you heard, seemed to be a bit of a sore spot, and they claimed there was nothing they could do. But there's a big but.
The facility operates on Tom Pitstick's land. His family has run a hog farm here for the last 100 years. He's also a township trustee, and that doesn't sit well with residents like Joe Bateman.
The township has spent our money. It looks bad when you have a township trustee who has leased and is the landlord of the property.
He and many others are frustrated because who do they have to vent their concerns to?
That's right. The land this facility sits on is owned by a sitting township trustee. So when citizens appear to get nowhere with the Board of Trustees, well, it just doesn't seem right. There also was no public hearing held about this facility. In fact, we have the documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act to prove that Quasar, the company which builds these facilities, didn't want a public hearing. Moreover, conspicuously missing from the Bath Township trustee meeting minutes is any mention of this facility. Now, how could that be when such trivial issues as a thistle patch needing attention in a local park is mentioned in the minutes? Finding no help through local channels, we forced an EPA public hearing on the expansion of this facility. That's right, instead of 700,000 gallons, they propose a 1.6 million gallon additional digester on the same parcel of land. We already see up to 80 18-wheeler truck passes per day on our quiet country lane, which, by the way, was not meant for this type of industrial traffic and is showing the signs of wear, an additional expense to the taxpayer. Industrial traffic, and that's one of the baffling aspects of this puzzle.
But it's considered agriculture, and that was the determination that we had to go through, is do they need any zoning permits or not? And because it was considered to be an agricultural activity by the state of Ohio, and they didn't need any zoning permit.
The land the digester sits on is zoned agricultural, not industrial. The EPA knows this, yet they issued the permit to install the facility.
We don't have any issues with Mr. Pitstick's hog farm. Okay, I just asked you a simple question. Do you see this as industrial or agricultural?
How do you classify it?
Industrial.
The farmer himself calls this activity agricultural.
Cannot open your windows.
The Ohio Revised Code explains if you live in an ag district, be prepared to deal with these issues. If you live in an ag district, be prepared to deal with these issues.
He's zoned agricultural, yet the EPA is aware that this is industrial activity.
Do you see this as industrial or agricultural?
How do you classify it?
Industrial.
So what's happening here? If you've ever had to put a fence around a pool or deal with zoning in any way, you'll know that it's a real pain. But somehow, a wastewater processing facility in an improper setting is swept under the rug? Speaking of improper location, you can see here that the Hebble Creek headwaters originate and flow right through the main operating area of this facility. And in 2001, Pitstick Hog Farm was cited by the Ohio EPA as the origination point of a manure spill which killed almost 10,000 aquatic life forms in the Ohio State Hebble Creek Reserve, which is just a few miles downstream. On top of this, the facility sits above a sole source aquifer. The water table was measured by Quasar's own independent engineering analysts to be as close as 5 feet to the surface in some of their test holes, while the U.S. Geological Survey has found that biosolids can leach up to 50 inches into the soil in just 18 months. There are hundreds of residential wells in relatively close proximity to this facility in the fields on which the product is applied. So what is going on here? Where is the Environmental Protection Agency? Just what are they protecting?
Think you could survive off of just processing farm waste, or are you going to continue to?
Yeah, we couldn't. The facility would never work just on farm waste.
We have a wastewater treatment plant which has sprung up almost overnight with no fanfare, no public comment or consideration. Human and industrial waste is trucked in on a small country road, processed and stored here in an open-top 5 million gallon pond which is 18 feet high. The processed sewage and chemicals, which are known to still have harmful biological pathogens and remnants of pharmaceutical and illicit drugs people flush down the toilets, this stuff is spread on the fields around hundreds of homes, causing terrible odors, possibly leaching into the water supply, and who knows how health will be affected. Lawsuits have been fought and won over health issues related to biosolids application. We'd urge you to watch the rest of the videos we've posted on Facebook, and please share them with friends and colleagues. When it comes time to act, please do so armed with knowledge. Do your own research into this facility and how it came about and what's going on currently. It's a bit of a rabbit hole. Thanks for your time.